As the saying goes, suffer in pain is superior. Let me share with you today very simple and delicious cold bitter melon. Especially in autumn and winter, eating more bitter melon has many benefits for the body, and cold bitter melon is the best way to lock in nutrients. Next, I will share the detailed practice with you. First, prepare a fresh bitter gourd. Remove the head and tail of the bitter gourd first, then cut it in half. We use a smaller spoon. Scrape all the flesh inside the bitter gourd. I don't know if you've seen it. The growth process of bitter gourd. When bitter gourd is ripe, it will turn golden yellow. The melon flesh inside will turn bright red. It looks really beautiful. Only the seeds of bitter melon cannot be eaten. We scraped all the flesh of the bitter gourd. Next, cut the bitter melon into thin slices. Cut it as thin as possible. It's convenient and tasty. Cut it all up and put it in a large bowl. Next, add a spoonful of salt. Pour a little more water into it to cover the bitter melon. We soak bitter gourd in light salt water for a while. This can effectively remove the green and astringent taste of bitter melon. Never soak in salt water for a long time, otherwise it won't taste crunchy enough. After soaking for a few minutes, wash the bitter melon again. Then control the water, remove it and put it in a bowl for later use. Prepare a small handful of fungus at home if possible. Add a spoonful of sugar first. Add another spoonful of flour. Then pour an appropriate amount of warm water to soak the fungus. Because fungus is not easy to soak
Adding
for
white
a long
sugar
time can promote the soaking time of fungus. Flour can be absorbed dust and impurities on the surface of fungus. In this way, the fungus can be soaked in a few minutes. We will prepare an onion at this time. Cut in half. Next, finely slice all the onions. Onions are not only nutritious, rich and sweet and crisp. The color matching is also very beautiful. Cut it all up and then grab it apart with your hands. Next, we will cut the onions, put in a large bowl and set aside. Prepare a few millet peppers. Remove the chili pedicle. Then cut all the peppers into small circles. Friends who don't like spicy food can leave it alone. Cut it all and put it in a bowl for later use. Prepare a little more garlic. First, slice it up. Then chop the garlic into minced garlic. After the minced garlic is chopped, put it in a small bowl and set aside. Next, prepare a handful of scallions. Cut shallots into scallions. After cutting, put it together with garlic. Then add a spoonful of white sesame seeds. At this time, our fungus has been soaked. Let's simply scratch and wash the fungus first. Scratch the flour off the top. Then put it in water. Once again, the flour and dust on the surface of the fungus. Scratch clean. That's it. Put the washed fungus on the cutting board. Then change it to a knife. Cut the fungus into smaller pieces. After cutting it all, put it in a bowl for later use. Next, add a little more water to the pot. After the water boils, add a spoonful of salt. Add a few more drops of cooking oil. Then pour the cut bitter melon down and blanch the water. Flip it with a colander. Let it heat evenly. Add salt and oil. It can keep the color of bitter gourd green. Cook for about 2 or 3 minutes. Cook the bitter gourd thoroughly. Control water after cooking. Remove it and put it in a bowl for later use. Next, pour the fungus into the water and blanch it. Cook the fungus in the same way. After the fungus is cooked, put it in a bowl and let it cool naturally. Then pour the bitter gourd into a large bowl. Fungus is also added. Pour in a handful of fried peanuts. Next, we splash the cut spices with hot oil. Inspire fragrance. Then add 2 spoonfuls of balsamic vinegar. Add 2 more spoonfuls of light soy sauce. Appropriate amount of salt, a little sugar to freshen up. Add a little more chicken essence. Drizzle with some sesame oil. Then mix well with chopsticks. Let the seasoning melt. And there you have it. This kind of sauce is very fragrant no matter what it is mixed with. Here we go. We will drizzle the prepared sauce on the bitter melon. Then put on disposable gloves. Give it a good grip and mix well. We need to catch him a little longer. Let all the ingredients in it fully taste. A very simple one. The delicious cold bitter melon is ready. Looks very appetizing. You can then load it onto the disc. Enjoy it beautifully. Bitter melon should not always be fried or soup. Hot weather makes such a cold bitter melon. Relieve the heat and get tired. Cold bitter melon learns to do this. Color emerald green, tender and crisp, hot and sour appetizer. It's better than fried. If you feel good too, just collect it and try it. Like my video. Remember to like and follow the message and forward it. Click on my avatar to see more food videos. See you in the next video. Thank you for your support.